All right, we are live gamers. We're ready to play some RuneScape. I think I figured out some of the problems I was having with the treadmill. We'll see. It may be a little wobbly tonight, but you know what? Stay dangerous, am I right? Gotta stay dangerous. Alrighty. Okay, we're logging in. We're starting up the tready, and we're a Gucci gang to go. We did a little bit, just a little bit of grinding over the last 2 days. We got 600k strength XP, so we got 4 levels. Very nice. Very nice. Couple hit point levels, unfortunately, on the way. I don't know that it matters actually, because we're gonna do P next at soap. So we're locked in on the crab now. We are good to go on the crab. Alrighty. I do think I dropped the Gree, right? Like, we don't really need that. I also think I dropped the toad flax seeds. This prayer potion we can decant and shove in our looting bag. So we're gonna go do that really quick. Well, wait a sec. I don't need this. Aventos are just gonna go in the looting bag. Because I don't need more red paste, I don't think. Maybe I turn... wait. I think I turn the Aventos into red paste. The Quorms are gonna go in the looting bag. There we go, geez. Those are turning into paste. And then all these are going in the looting bag. Then we're Gucci gang to go for the herb run. Do we have enough seeds? Yeah, we have a bunch. I think we go Harlanders. You know, I think we're gonna wait on those, on putting stuff in the looting bag, because we might get more of them. I don't remember what all we planted, so... Okay. I adjusted the treadmill, so it's not sitting on the carpet anymore. But I think because of that, I'm walking on an incline down right now. I don't think it adjusted evenly, so it feels kind of weird. So it's a little wonky. No, our herb died. But that's okay. I'm very excited for the new camera, but we'll see when I can pick it up. I've had quite a few busy weekends lately, so. Full of ultra compost. Do I have enough buckets? Is that why? Yeah, I don't have enough buckets. I guess I do now, but... Okay, I want to get a chisel and cut this sapphire. Is it really worth the time? Probably not, but I'm going to do it because we have the sapphire. And then we can teleport to the next spot. This is going to be our Dugni. Yeah, I'm hoping we can get one more herb level tonight. It might not happen because we have quite a bit of XP to go, but it could. We could get it. Yippee! Icy, what is up, gamer? How are ya? Hope your weekend has been good so far. Mine's been okay, busy, but good. Glad to be back on the treadmill, though. On vacation, let's go. Any place cool? Or just somewhere, by cool, I mean like every place you go on vacation is gonna be cool, you know, but anywhere extravagant or somewhere local. Yo, Murloc. It is a new background, and it's gonna change again one more time before I really get settled in. I'm hoping to build an office where I'm at. Like get a dedicated streaming room. This is a bedroom that might need to be used later on. So for now, this is like a partially temporary setup. Bear Lake. Yo, I was there last week. Or last week? 2 weeks ago. It's pretty nice. It wasn't too hot. It was really good. How you doing, Murloc? It's good to hear from you. But yeah, new background. Moved into the new place. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. Almost done with Arc. Nice. Drying Lake spent three hours on a wave runner. Ooh, nice. Nice. That sounds fun. I'm doing good. We're getting close. We're coming into the last little bit of song. So I got my DSIM back the other day. I can't remember if you were here for that. I don't remember seeing you there that day. But we got the DSIM back and did a couple. We did some crabbing yesterday. So we got 4 big strength levels. So we got 600k strength XP over the last 2 days. And 500k of it was just yesterday. Today I was pretty busy. Couldn't actually grind it as much as I wanted. Did we ultra compost that? Yeah, we did. So, if I have days where I can lock in the AFK, I'm confident we'll get our combat stats up quick. We're gonna speed run them. So many moves. Yeah, we're going. The ranged is something that I talked about last stream, and we were considering 2 things. The first one was Sunlight Hunter crossbow. The thing about that one is it's really easy to get the crossbow, but it's kind of annoying to get the bolts. The other thing that we considered was grinding up fletching just a bit. Just a little bit more. And then boosting maybe? I think Dragon Fruit was the boost for fletching though, so I might actually just need to slam out 5 levels of fletching. But if I can do 5 levels of fletching, then I can get an MSB. And arrows are much easier to maintain for the range training than Sunlight Hunter crossbow. However, Sunlight Hunter crossbow kind of slaps, so I think what we're gonna end up doing is doing Sunlight Hunter crossbow, and then once we're well, I don't know. I don't know, because I was gonna say I'll AFK fletching, but I'm gonna be AFKing. Yo! Thank you for the cheer. The 100, the big hundo. Oh, 500 bits. Oh, wait, that's 500 100 bits. I can brain, I can math, I promise. Thank you, Icy. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Every little bit helps. Okay, next place we're going is Corinth. Wait, Corinth? Sure, why not? Big Yippee. Oh, you got a new badge for that. 100k cheer. Or 100k? 100k would be insane. 1k cheer. How much Renard do I have? I need to harvest this snape grass real quick. We have a lot more Renard than we do snape grass. And I'm not super worried about it because I have enough snape grass seeds that we can catch up. But it does mean I want to harvest it. And then we'll fill this compost bucket too. Alrighty. I was gonna check XP Calc real quick. Herblore. It looks like we have 67 banked. We have 56k XP in the looting bag, which is pretty sweet. That's a big chunk of XP at this very moment. Later on, that's a drop in the bucket, but for now, that's a good amount. I can live with that. Alrighty, let's go. I'm pretty excited for when I can be done with song finally, and we can start slamming out PVM stuff. I'm thinking about doing Titans before we actually finish song. But if we do that, I might need to spend some time getting bolts before we finish song, like much before. So there's just a lot of stuff to do. Like I wanna mine 1k more bone shards. Sorry, 10k more. 11, I guess. To get 80 prayer. I guess I don't really need that until after song, but it's another AFK activity I need to do. I feel like there's so many AFK activities that I should be doing right now. Where were these like a month ago? Okay, next spot. We can walk back to our house because we're close. Oh, no, we can just go Mori. Wait, I shouldn't have done that. Never mind. Never mind, it's fine. Whatever. Wasting a teleport. Precious teleports. They're just so annoying to make. Because I have to be on the treadmill. I should grind up range though, I think, first before I get too worried about melee stats, because ranged is so much better for Gauntlet than melee. At least on the treadmill it's going to be. I'm not confident that I can do a treadmill run with... Yo, let's go! Yes, the best random event for this account. I want that jog emote so bad. Star jumps. We'll hopefully get that jog emote this time. I've been AFKing at Crab and whatever over the last week or so, and I've had like 3 of him appear, and I just can't do them off the treadmill. So kind of tragic, but the jog emote is bis emote on this account. Push-ups. If we ever get a PK, like an anti-PK,
collection log slot completed.
I think now we start getting emotes, now that we've finished the whole thing. I think that's the last collection log slot, so... then we can finally start getting the emotes. Yes, camo outfit is done. Let's go. Stale baguette was done before camo outfit. That's crazy. But just UIM things. I kept that in the looting bag. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can get my water bottle without leaving the treadmill. It was on the ground next to me. Remember to sip up and stay hydrated. Okay. Need like 30 more snape grass to be even with Renar, so I'm gonna harvest this patch. And then I'll plant watermelons here through the ultra compost. So this is kind of funky. I'm just now noticing this oven has logs like poking out of it. It just seems kind of weird. Like it just looks a little weird. There's no fire animation, but there's logs poking out of it and it's glowing. It just looks a little funky. Varlamore overall though looks very, very good. As good as RuneScape can look, I guess. I finally did get my standing desk, but I didn't have time to set it up today. So tomorrow, I will be setting it up. And hopefully it'll be a better setup than what I'm currently doing. So, I'm noticing that my hands are so much lower than they normally are. I just missed a click with the snape grass. And I was like, why did that happen? My hands are probably 6 inches lower than they normally sit. Lone Padawan. That's a good name. I feel like I've already listened to this song today. I'm skipping it. Holy crap, this is the song that Settled use. I didn't realize that until just now. Doesn't Settled use this song? I've been trying to figure out where it came from. Settled uses this, right? Not going crazy. We'll turn it up just a titch. All right, Troll Strongholds, last one. Then we gotta go right back to Mastering Mixology, baby. Maybe? Do we? I think we try and get the level on Herbology first. We'll be there for about an hour and a half getting the level if we have enough paste. If we don't have enough paste, we will go do, like, once we run out, we're going to do one more herb run, and then we'll see about getting some bolts, I think. Because it would be really nice to be able to do Titans before we do Song. If we can get the Piss Pyramid Prayer, I can't remember what it's called. The Magic Prayer from Titans. That would be pretty big. What level is this agility shortcut? 73. Oh, dang, we're actually so close to that. Gaming. What is up, Statsby? How are you doing? How are you doing tonight? Check out my brand new 79 strength. That's right. Got a couple of strength levels. 4. We got 600k strength XP. I'm stoked about that. I was worried that it was going to go so slow. And then we just slammed out a casual 600k strength. I was wondering how hard it was going to be to find worlds. Like hop worlds for crab. Yesterday was much easier than today, actually. I'd hop like 2 or 3 worlds yesterday and get to the crab. And then today it was like, there was a time where I swear I hopped 20 worlds before I saw crab. I need to do some research on crab and see if it always rotates in the same order or if it's random. It just picks one of the 2 random things that are open, places that are open. I swear it rotated in order, so if I could find 3 worlds that like are offset by 10 minutes, I could just hop between those 3 worlds, but okay, I'm gonna go to Last Man Stand. Do I even bother? Corms are going in the looting bag. Renars and Snape Grass. Aventos, Irrits, and Heartlanders are not. Okay. Let's go to Mastering Mixology. I'm not even going to worry about banking the herbs. We'll just fill up again with them. So it doesn't really matter. Cool stuff. Cool beans. I'm gonna move my mic for just a second. I'm gonna mute it so that I can move it. There we go. That's probably a little clearer now. Probably a titch louder too. I don't know if you guys saw the plushies that they had that Jagex was advertising. But I bought the Jad one. I've thought about getting a Jad one for a while, a long while. It wasn't terrible. It was a little expensive, but it was like 50 bucks, I think. So, but it's big and I can play with it with my daughter. So that'll be cool. She'll know who Jad is. Don't worry. Okay, let's see how much green paste we get. 300 or 600. That's an okay amount, but we have plenty more Irit seeds though, so I shouldn't be too worried about it. Good chunk of Harlander too. We're gonna end up with almost 900. Wait, my math's off. Maybe not. Yeah, we're good. And we've got plenty more planted of that as well. I'm starting to wonder now, do I even do the red paste? Maybe we just hold on to the Avanto for now. I can always add them if I need to. Did I get 2 of these? Oh, I didn't actually take it. Okay, never mind. Like, where did my second... I've already got treadmill brain. I guess that's what happens when I stream at the end of the day, right? My brain's ready for a break, and then it takes it when it can. Yeah, this is mixology. Is it good content? No. Is it efficient content, though? Yeah. You get more XP per herb, so... It's definitely my least favorite update that Jagex has pushed in a while. But, again, a lot of the skilling minigames are kind of tedious, right? So... That being said, it's fine. It really is fine. I hate on it a lot, but... This is definitely, like, second monitor content. But, alas, I have to be on a treadmill. And the plugin definitely makes it a lot... Well, I guess, I don't know. Even without the plugin, you'd learn pretty quick. what's what. I feel like it really depends for me, Murloc, but I resonate with that. There's a lot of stuff where I'm like, ooh, I don't know that I'm gonna do that. I tried this very, very late on my Iron Man. A long time after it came out. And then I just like barely touched it. But now that we're on the ultimate, and it is a good way of training, I'm going to go for it, so. It's got some decent rewards too. But honestly, if we don't ever get them, it's fine. Oh, that was lag there. Yeah, rewards are pretty good. I can't remember what I can and can't store though, so you know, just UIM things. I think I can use the whole outfit, but or sorry, store the whole outfit. I can't remember what it does. It's like, has to do with secondaries, I think. It's like a 10% chance to not consume secondaries, which is, that's pretty good. So, if I can get that, I probably should. We've got quite a few points, like 7k of each. I don't know how much the full outfit is, but I'm guessing we still have a ways to go. But the XP, that's why we're really here. The problem is that all the herb seeds I get, most of the herb seeds, like, how much paste you get per herb scales with how high the herb is, but also the color of herb scales with it. So you end up needing to plant like a lot of Harlander to be able to do any of these potions. And Harlander just like isn't XP per hour efficient. So it's kind of a trade-off, I guess. But it's fine. Let's just get through the rest of our herbs, and that's nice without using secondaries. Because gathering secondaries on this account would be such a pain. So painful. Not looking forward to gathering some of the secondaries I'll need for potions. Particularly Wines of Zamorak, although I might just get the Tithe Farm reward from that. You can get a scroll from Tithe Farm and then buy grape seeds, and then once you grow the grapes, you can bless them with the Scroll of Zamorak or something. I can't remember exactly how it works. And then when you harvest them, they're they're grapes of Zamorak, and then with them you can make wines of Zamorak. Much easier than telegrabbing and then running to a bank. Especially because I think I wonder if I can note. Hold up. Can I note wines of Zamorak? I'm going to check that out, right? Grapes of Zamorak. Zamorak's grapes. Notable, yes. But I wonder if a... leprechaun will note them for me. That is a... Because if I could note Zamorak's grapes, that would be so baller. Otherwise, I'll have to run back and forth from the bank to the vineyard in Prosidius, which isn't a terrible run, but still quite annoying. So, hoping I don't have to do that. We'll see, though. If we end up having to do it, we can do it. Yo, Game Chill, how are you doing? It is a good weekend. It's a good time to be playing RuneScape on the treadmill. Hope your weekend's good, too. You been doing anything fun? Just enjoying the day and the stream. Very nice, very nice. It is a good day, so... But every day is a good day if you can find the good in it, so... We're getting close to song. Yeah, of course. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. The weekend... today was pretty busy. I'm hoping tomorrow will be a little bit more chill. I got a new desk that I need to put together, so... gonna be doing that. And hopefully the setup will be a little bit better as a result. So excited for that. Excited that tomorrow will be a chill day. I'm not going to be on Treadmill tomorrow. It's my break day. But, streaming on a treadmill. Yes, I am. So, I actually wrote a little plugin so that, RuneScape controls the speed of my treadmill. If I toggle the run on, then my treadmill speeds up automatically. So this account is locked to the treadmill. Anytime I'm moving on this account, I have to be moving on the treadmill. It's pretty crazy. Super fun though. Yep. So, pretty sweet. It's pretty fun. And then if I toggle the run off, it slows down. Yeah. Yeah, right now we're just OSRS streamer. I play other games too, but most of my time goes into OSRS. Just because of how time works out now. I'm extremely busy. So, been trying to stick to one game, stick to my niche. But I do love all sorts of games. I grew up playing games, so like I've played one or two games. But I'll give pretty much any type of game a try. Who's that man on my channel logo? Oh, that is, one second. He's from an anime called Cromartie High. Yamaguchi, I think his name is? No, it's not Yamaguchi. Comedian. Who is it? Nobuo Yamaguchi? Yeah, it's Yamaguchi. His name's Yamaguchi. Okay. I used to watch a lot more anime than I do now. I haven't watched anime in quite a while. Not like sat down and watched a whole series. But yeah, growing up I watched like a lot of the classics. Cowboy Bebop, Trigun, Fullmetal Alchemist, Death Note. So I did rewatch Cowboy Bebop not too long ago, and that one's, and I've been meaning to rewatch Trigun because the newer Trigun came out. Like I don't remember if it's a remaster or just like a remake. Can't remember. But I've been meaning to watch that, and I have a friend who's been bugging me to watch it for a while, and I should. But again, trying to find the time to do so is a little harder now. So if I wanna stream, most of the time my free time goes to the stream. Haven't got other stuff on your channel, like panels. I honestly don't even know what that is. Can't imagine how many miles we've gone at this point. Yo, Skinsy, it actually tells us right here in the plugin. Hello, Mr. Jonathan Ponage. What is my favorite book of all time? Yeah, so we've gone 1,040 miles, Skinsy. My favorite book of all time? That's a hard question, Crispy. You just gotta pop that on me like that? Oops. Favorite book of all time? Bro, that's such a hard question. I like Lord of the Rings a lot, but I haven't read it a ton, if that makes sense. I hold it very near and dear, but it's a long book, and I'll revisit it every now and then. I'm actually re-listening to it now. And then... Yeah, it's pretty crazy, Skinsy. Here's our stats. I'll pull them up. Favorite book of all time? I remember growing up, my favorite book was, what's the Percy Jackson? I remember I stopped playing video games so I could finish Percy Jackson. And my mom was like, "Are you okay?" Ranger's Apprentice was a good one growing up. Gregor the Overlander. Whole bunch of those novels. I haven't actually sat down and read a book in a while. I used to audiobook a ton of stuff, though. At my previous job, one of my previous jobs, I would audiobook a lot. It was kind of a brain-dead job, so I could just pop in an audiobook and go. So, Brando Sando's Stormlight Archives are good, but I actually haven't finished those either, so... yeah. I'll have to think on that. I like the Bulgariad a lot. I don't know that it qualifies as my favorite. I wish I had a list of all the books I've read. I should make like make one. Yeah, I'm not sure I know what a panel is, Game Chill. Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, I haven't even actually set up very much socials and donations, so I'm not too worried about it right now. Maybe if the stream gets big, but yeah, no worries, no worries. No worries at all. I actually enjoy that kind of stuff, so put me on the spot like that's good. I'll have to think on that. I will get back to you on it, but those were like my favorites growing up. I did love the Harry Potter books. I didn't get too much into the movies. I think I stopped watching the movies around... I don't know if I watched the 5th movie. I don't think I watched the 5th past the 4th one. They were okay, but like a lot of my favorite parts about the book were taken out. Fred and George's stuff and Peeves were my favorite from the books, and then they just like didn't include them in the movie, and I was like, oh well, this is... It was a lot more serious. Never read or seen anything Harry Potter. I liked the books. They were good. So, we talking about books? The 3-body problem? Yeah, it would be a little difficult to jump into. I feel like reading them to my kids would be a great way of doing it. Skinsy, you revisit them every year? They're good books. But yeah, they're very different from the movies. What's the 3-body problem, Raptor? I feel like also, I've been thinking about it. Now that I have a little bit longer of a commute, I've been listening to audiobooks on my way. And there was a sci-fi book that you recommended to me a while ago. I don't know if you like that's saying that is super broad. So I don't know if you remember a sci-fi book that you recommended to me once upon a time, but I am starting to look for more audiobooks. So 3-body problem book. Oh, cool. Sci-fi? It was probably the 3-body problem. But if you ever want to get a good beefy series, The Expanse is good. Okay. Cool, cool. Okay, sounds good. We will resume book talk when Raptor gets back. Not that we can't keep talking about books, but yeah, I have been looking for some new books to read. I thought about The Wheel of Time, but that one is a little bit of a long one. I don't know if I'd actually get through it or not. I haven't read a lot of Brandon Sanderson's stuff, so Mistborn is on my list of books I should read. We Are Legion, We Are Bob. It was an amazing sci-fi audible series. Old Man's War is also top tier. I should write these down. 1 second. Audio books recommended by stream. 3-body problem. Old man. 1 second. Need to move it. The notepad is taking up the whole Old Man's War. And We Are Legion. We Are Bob. And then The Expanse. And then ones I wanted to listen to were maybe Wheel of Time. Maybe. And the other one was Mistborn. I'm currently on book 3 of Lord of the Rings. So I'm finishing that up, and then I'm gonna look for another one. I'm honestly jealous you get to hear these stories for the first time. Oh, okay, so Skinsy, I've had this conversation with people a lot. A lot of people, like, you know how they have, like, icebreaker questions of, like, oh, if you had a superpower, what superpower would you have? And I very consistently answer the ability to selectively forget whatever I want. Because then I could selectively forget everything I know about a game, except that I like it. And then I could play through it the first time all over again. Have I ever read Dune? I've heard the audiobooks are good, and the new movie comes out this year. I tried to get through Dune, and the audiobook that I had of it was an audio drama, but, like, done very poorly. And so the voices of the characters wasn't always consistent. The people who voiced the characters. And it was just so hard to follow because of that. One second, I'm gonna switch what music we're on. So it was really hard to follow. So I got about 2/3 of the way through it, but honestly, I don't know if I retained a lot of it. And I have thought about reading Dune. Specifically because where I ended in the book is like... Yeah, it was an audio drama, so I'm sure it's not the one people typically listen to. It was just the one that my in-laws had on their Audible account. So 0 out of 10 on that one. Would not recommend. I don't know which one it is, but don't get the audio drama, Dune. But yeah, I got to pretty much... The last thing I remember in the movie is I ended right about where the last movie ended. So I need to pick it up and finish it before the next part of Dune comes out. That has been on my list of books. And it's been a long time, so I'm just going to re-listen to the whole thing if I pick that up. Oh, dang, I messed that up. Okay. Yeah, honestly, sci-fi is not a genre I've dipped too much into, to be honest. I typically jive with fantasy a lot more, but I don't know that I've, like, really listened to very many good... Like, I don't know where to start with science fiction, so... I've listened to Ender's Game, but... that's, like, as far as my science fiction goes. I think I should listen to iRobot, honestly. Movie 1 is at least interesting part of the story, too, because just the exposition. Yeah. There is too much to read. Focus on a single genre, that's not a bad idea. Although I will recommend any of I guess I can't really recommend any of Brandon Sanderson's stuff because I haven't read a lot of it. But Stormlight Archive is pretty good if you ever want a chunky fantasy book to get through. iRobot book, much better than the movie. I've read a couple short stories by Asimov, and they're all so good. So I'm kind of interested in reading some of his stuff. I think that would be probably a good place to start. I think my problem with... Well, I don't know that it's a problem. How many Dune books are there? That intimidates me a little bit. But I was just talking about reading The Wheel of Time, so... But that's, again, like, that's why I haven't read The Wheel of Time. It's because there's so many. I don't know if I'll get through it. It'll take me 5 years. I could max a RuneScape account before I finish Wheel of Time, probably. Just with how my attention span goes. 16 books. Okay, that's not that bad. I thought there was a lot more for some reason. Excuse me. Yeah, there's a big hole in my knowledge of books in sci-fi. I've been meaning to read a lot more history books too, honestly. 15 more books. Jeez. Well, Discworld is actually another one I've been, like, another series I've thought about picking up. I don't know much about them at all. I've heard a couple friends talk about them. But I don't know much about it. And I know that there's a ton of books set in that setting as well, so... The Silmarillion is one I want to sit down and get through again. Haven't read through that in a while. That one's a little harder to do as an audiobook, though. It reads like a history book. So, unless you have a really good attention span, it's a little harder to get through in an audiobook format. But yeah, that's one I've been meaning to get through again. It's been years since I've read the Silmarillion. Probably like 10 at this point. More than 10, actually. I read it in high school. I don't know. I need to go through the library of audiobooks that my padre has. He has a whole bunch of them. And I know there was a whole bunch of books in there that I've been meaning to read. Like I said, history books would be good. I think learning about history is never bad. As long as you analyze what you're reading. Like, I don't think history books are ever 100% accurate. Maybe I shouldn't say ever, but I think very rarely are they. So you should be critical about what you read, I guess. You should analyze it. Don't just take it for face value. So I have did I watch the World Cup game today? I didn't. That was the third place cup, right? Sorry, the third place game. Who won? I hope. Oh, let's go. Okay, I just looked it up. Come on, England! France versus England. It's 4-6 is a crazy game. Was it good? I was super busy today. It was 4-0 at one point. What? What? Oh man, that would be a crazy game. At halftime. 4-0 England. Okay. That's nuts. That's awesome. Good for them. Man, I'm kind of mad that I didn't miss that, or that I missed that game. I guess I can go rewatch it, but... Messi time tomorrow? I know. Yeah. Yeah. Tragic, but... Messy time. Yep. I'm probably not gonna watch it either. I'm gonna be spending the day with maybe I could sneak it on monitor too. But I'm gonna be playing games with the wife when I'm not with the baby, so but if I don't, it's okay. I can always go back and watch the highlights, I guess, or just rewatch the game later. There's only a very few games I've actually been able to catch the majority of. The Egypt game was one of them. Was it Egypt, Argentina, right? And it was Egypt, Argentina, right? Egypt versus Argentina, where there were 2-0 at one point. Egypt was up 2-0. And then I I was like, okay, I gotta go. I can't watch the rest of the match. And then Argentina clutched it up. They've been doing pretty good at letting the game, winning the game in the last half. Hungry Box, yeah. Yeah, he is pretty clutch. He's kind of clutch god. Don't tell that to Ivan though. Dang it. All right. On this one, I don't know if it's a glitch or not, but I did learn if you spam click it twice, it counts all of them. Did you see that I had to confess to? I did. The flags are pretty similar. Also, they're pretty much just the same country, right? He would be so mad if I said that, and while he was in earshot. Yeah, I need to run to the bathroom real quick. I've been chugging water. And right before stream, I chugged a whole bunch. So I'll be right back. I'm excited for Worms Crack. Ooh, you know, a little bit. 1 second. I'll be right back. Alrighty, gamers, we back. Am I excited for Worms Crag? Yes, but like it's hard because a lot of the new content I haven't been consuming. Because my main focus is on this account. That being said, I have played a little bit on the Iron lately. Been doing some Cerberus. I got a Pegasian crystal, but unfortunately it's a Pegasian crystal on an Iron Man, so until I get them Ranger boots, that's just chilling in the bank. But yeah, like a lot of the new content I haven't done. I have a bunch of goals on the Iron Man account that I just haven't got to yet. I want to get Oathplate. I want an Occult. So those are kind of, and then I want to finish my Serb. I have 2 tasks of Serb that I want to get through. But like I had time to do Blood Moon day 1. Wait, was it day 1? No, but anyway, I've had time to do Blood Moon and I just haven't touched it yet. So yes, I'm excited for Worms Crag, but it'll probably be a while before I get to it. Although, this is the Outer Wilds theme song. It's a lo-fi version by Lo-Fi Cody. And this is a game I've been meaning to get to. But I should check the rewards from Worms Crag. Maybe we'll get to it sooner than I think. I don't think we will make it to 67 today. Just based on our paste count. Don't think we'll have enough to get where we want to be. But that's okay. We have plenty of other stuff we can do. We can always run one more. We have herbs planted, so we can run an herb run, and I think I will actually run it. And then come back and finish the level if we need to. And if we run out of paste when we come back, because we'll probably only get about 800, then we can just do... whatchamacallit? I was talking about it earlier. We need to get stuff for range. Sunlight Hunter bolts. We need to get Sunlight Hunter bolts. For training ranged at crab. So we could do that. I think maybe we'll do that. We'll do an herb run, and then instead of coming back, we will go get Sunlight Hunter bolts. I don't remember what I need for... I've done Sunlight Antelope just a couple times. Can't remember how they work. So we'll refigure that out and then hopefully get a lot of bolts. Enough to AFK at least tomorrow. Probably need a couple hundred, or maybe like 1,000. We'll need a lot of bolts. But that's what I'm hoping to be logged out at tonight. Dang it, I forgot to put the digweed in the mix, but we have another one, so we're fine. I was gonna put it in this Marley's Moonlight. Because I need red points. And it doubles the XP too, so. Okay. I'm thinking if I want to be able to AFK crab all day tomorrow and do range training, I should probably call it here. And we should go do our herb run, and then we'll go work on getting bolts. Because I need to, like I said, I need to refigure out how to do sunlight antlers. Sunlight antelopes. What is up, Airplane? How are you today? How's your weekend been? How are you doing? Okay, we'll call it there. Let's go do our herb run. Oh, dang. We showed up at the right time to cure the diseased herb. Did we even, is this the right time? Did we let all our stuff grow? No, we're 10 minutes off. Okay, so I should have paid attention to that. Well, let's go to the Hunter Guild real quick. I'll figure out how to do sunlight antelopes. We can do those until right before we log off, and then we'll do that herb run. Sunlight antler bolts. We get those from sunlight antelopes. You need 72, Hunter? Dang. 72, Hunter. Oh, this is actually kind of tragic. What do I do to trade in range now? Hmm. 72, Hunter. Can I boost for it? Is it worth boosting? I don't think it's worth boosting on a UIM. That would suck. Especially with how many bolts I'm going to need. It makes one antler creates 12 bolts. Is it worth it to just grind out the 2 hunter levels? Can't boost to grind those. That's unfortunate. I don't think it's worth it even if I could boost, now that I'm saying that. Let's see. XP calc. Tell me what I should do. I could I don't want to AFK fishing though. Yeah, the levels will be good to have. Hunter, what should I do? Maybe I could do salamanders, but that seems like it would take pretty slow. Let's go to 72 and see how many I need. Salamanders. If I do red salamanders, it's only 600. That's actually not terrible. 600 chins, but I would just end up dropping them. Maniacal monkeys, 162. That's the one where you put the bananas down, right? I should really learn how to do that on this account. Pyre foxes. What was this XP calc doesn't have? You can use the chins to train range. True, but I don't know what I would use them on because I need to be like using chins for ranged would feel bad using them on crab. And I don't really want to be on the treadmill training range when I can do it AFK, if that makes sense. Like, treadmill time's kind of valuable. So I think what I'm going to do is do red salamanders. The other thing I could do, honestly, and maybe I'll do that, is I know what I'll do. I'll train fishing tomorrow, so I'm gonna grab a knife, and then I can train fishing and cut all of the salmon and trout that I get into fish offcuts, and then I can do the crabs. What are the crabs? Crab traps. Here they are. I can do blue crabs, completely AFK. And I need 1,200 actions, but they're pretty quick to catch, and 1,200 trout and salmon flies by. The chins is tempting, right? Because I could use them to train range, but treadmill time is just valuable. So, well, so much for that. But darn, that's okay. Well, should we just go back to mastering mixology for a couple minutes? Probably. Start that treadmill back up. That's okay. We have a plan. I don't need that many feathers. I was expecting to need like a lot more, but we can probably get through the whole. There's some butterflies you can catch without walking. True. But if they can you trap them? Or if they wander, like, if they wander away, because I think sometimes if you miss their respawn, then they'll wander away and you're kind of stuck. I guess I could reset it with another, with my other account, but I don't know, that seems a little annoying. Maniacal monkeys would be sweet. Yo, Cash, what's up? We're staying hydrated. I hope you have a good day too. Thanks for popping in, and no worries about not. Oh, I wasn't actually on yesterday. Fridays and Sundays are my rest days, so no worries about that. There's one in the Farmer Guild I can trap, but it's in the level 85 area. Ah, tragic. I will keep that in mind though. That might be nice to have. I guess too, I could also do just hunter rumors. I'm gonna need the bird nests eventually, but maybe I worry about that when I can actually make brews, because we're a long ways away from brews. Quite a long ways away. But yeah, crabs isn't too bad. If I can get to 77 for rainbow, the rainbow ones, then those would be sweet. How much XP are they? 216 XP. That's pretty good. That's pretty darn good. I wonder what the XP per hour is doing them. Before they added the crab traps to the game, my AFK hunter was filling up the inventory with logs and parking the account by a bird nest, logging in and doing one every hour. It was pretty awful, but we did what we had to. And now we've been blessed with easy scape. Even on the treadmill, it's easy scape. There's honestly been so many clutch updates that they've pushed since I started this account. The one that's really sucked, I guess, is the Griffin update because of the weight restriction on it. But imagine adding a monster to the game that has a mechanic that no one cares about. No one cares about weight. Well, almost no one. Yeah, Griffin sucks. I did it once for the quest, but I found out you can avoid that attack if you just stay out of melee range. So it doesn't end up being... It ends up being tricky, but not awful. I'd much rather take tricky over carrying 40 kilos. Just more damage risk. Yeah. I did die to it the first time we tried it. I let it get into melee range with me, and then it stacked me out. I just wasn't being careful enough. But it's not terrible. Do I think I'll do it very often? No. Don't think Bell's Folly is worth it. I think I'm just gonna try and get a Fang over spending time at Griffin. I can't imagine it being good Slayer XP. And I can't imagine using any... Well, I shouldn't say any of the uniques. I don't remember... Are there other ones besides Bell's Folly? Bell's Folly was buffed to 1 in 75? Oh, yo. That's actually pretty sick. I messed that one up. Yeah, it's good, right? Like, it's really good. But... yeah, I'm not sure. Like, I might just get the zombie axe and be one and done. And then try and grind a Fang. Although, cause zombie axe hits slightly harder if I remember right. Let me check. Bell's Folly has a melee strength bonus of 102, and zombie axe has a melee strength bonus of 107. So it's like one difference, which really isn't that much. But if I'm gonna get one, then I think I get the zombie axe. Just because I don't want to carry both around. It like kind of sucks, right? But zombie X is 1 in 600. Yeah, but I'm thinking about like training magic at the zombies because you can burst them. So that would be kind of nice. A little bit of a gold sink, but I can burst them and get some pretty good magic XP there. And I don't have to deal with the Griffin. It is more tedious. I think they also dropped they dropped noted planks, if I remember right, and it's not a lot, but every little bit helps on this account for construction, because construction is pretty not fun. And then yeah, but that's gonna happen after SOT, I think. Once we get CG, money's kind of solved. Even if I'm just doing normal gauntlet, right? Like, normal gauntlet is good money. If I don't have the stats for CG, I can do normal gauntlet just for cash. And just do like a couple runs whenever I need money. It's not doing it for the enhanced drop, because I doubt I'll get it. We're gonna do CG for enhanced for sure. But the cash on normal gauntlet isn't bad. 100% 5 regular gauntlet. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, gauntlet is fun, and it poops out money. It solves a lot of problems for an iron. Yeah, I've tested CG before I got too far on this account. I tested to see if I could do CG on the treadmill, and I could. And I've gotten a lot better at running and doing content on this account since then, so I'm pretty confident that I can do it. But I was doing it on a pretty much maxed, like, combat stat-wise account. I had 98 magic, so that wasn't maxed, and then my defense was sitting at, like, 89. But, ranged was maxed, so my stats were much better than they're going to be on this account. So we'll see how tough it is. And even when I did it on the other account, I think I had a 66% success rate. At least I'm not hardcore. Yeah, I did think about doing a treadmill hardcore after we finish this account off, but that's a long way away. Could you imagine how hard a treadmill group hardcore Ironman would go, content-wise? That'd be pretty good stuff. End goal on here. Originally, it was just get a Bofa. But now that I'm far into the account, I think we can do more than just get a Bofa. I think we could do Inferno on the treadmill. Have I ever done Inferno? No. So, it will be a challenge, but I think we could do it. It would be so sick. I'd be so happy with getting an Infernal Cape on a treadmill. That'd be baller. But, like, I think I'm just gonna play RuneScape, you know? Like, I don't know that I have an end goal. Current goal is Bofa. So I've kind of been rushing Song of the Elves, which is probably not the most efficient way of doing it, but I don't know, it's pretty efficient. Like, for an ultimate, getting herb lore solved through thieving is pretty nice. That doesn't give you a shout out from a top streamer. I don't know what will. Which, the Inferno or the Bofa? Either of them should. We've been on Behe a little bit, but we should I should really start making my own shorts and things to promote the channel. Inferno on a treadmill locked UIM. Yeah. Yeah, we are like... We've done some crazy stuff on this account. The weight restriction, too, is going to be... Even just the concept deserves attention. It's a little bit of a wild one. Because have I explained to you how the weight works, too? Yeah, we talked about it with Griffin. Yeah. So, there's going to be a lot of content that... Once we clear so... Solving food is going to be hard. Brews are going to be king, but the problem is brews are way far away. So we'll figure out what we do. But caught the first few uploads. Let's go. I kind of been slacking on uploads. It's hard now that the baby is a little bit older to stay on top of those. So those have just gone on the back burner and I've just focused on streaming. But I should make shorts to promote the stream, honestly. If I can't do full YouTube videos, shorts don't take that long. Okay, now the actually I think we just go until we're done now. If we are gonna AFK fishing for fish offcuts tomorrow, let's just go until we can't. We might get the level. We're 16k XP left from the level, so we could get it tonight. We might have to take a break for mastering mixology to like next stream, just because we're gonna be out of herbs. So I think that's when we focus on getting sunlight, antelope antlers. And then we just do a couple herb runs that stream as well. And stack up on the herbs. I guess the other thing we could do if we want to keep progressing herb lore is death pile and get all the herbs out of my looting bag. Got plenty of stuff in there to make into potions. How many irit seeds do we have? 1 second. 9. Okay. I think I'm just going to start slamming through the green paste because we have plenty of irit seeds in the... I had to be a little careful with it earlier, but... We're going to need to go back to pickpocketing as well soon. So much juggling to do with this. I think that's the only tricky thing about the UIM is like once you lock in for a grind, you're locked in. Can't really deviate, which is fine, right? If you're up for the grind, but yo, digweeds are always useful. Yeah, like I said earlier, there's so many things I want to do AFT now, and I wish I would have thought about them just like a couple weeks sooner. But that's okay. It gives us plenty of things to do while we're away from Treadmill. So I think tomorrow, so like tonight I'm gonna, well, I don't know. I want to be able to, like I said, tonight I'm gonna park the account by fishing with a knife. We'll fish a bunch of trout and salmon. I think tomorrow during the day I'll hop on the treadmill for like 10 minutes to get my character to the crab trap. If I can, I want to be able to hit 72 by Monday so that when we hop on stream again, we can do that actively on stream. Then we can go back. Once we're done with the hunter grind, I can switch back over to bone shard mining, because I'm hoping by the end of the night tomorrow I can be done with hunter. It's only 2 levels, so it really shouldn't be terrible. So that way when I'm at work on Monday, I can be doing bone shards. That's a lot easier to AFK than the crab pots. A lot less click intensive. Easier to maximize the... Easier to do while you're at work. I am glad that I've used all of this. I was kind of scared I wouldn't get through this red paste. We had like 3,000 before we did our last mastering mixology stint. But we did make it through it all. It's easy, super easy to get. So maybe I should be planting more toad flax. Mastering mixology is like fine for a cozy grind, but it's definitely not adrenaline-inducing content for sure. We got 10k XP left. Then we'll go do our herb run, our last herb run of the night, and then I'll probably park the account fishing. Skinsy, if you're still floating around, I'm curious, how'd you find the account stream? I'm always curious about how people stumble across the channel. Nice. Nice. Hope you enjoyed them. My editing has... I've got a lot to learn for editing, honestly. So... I'm, like, satisfied with it, but... I guess not satisfied, is it? But... Or his content is boosted in my algorithm. Yeah, I know how that goes. Yeah. That's most of mine as well. But yeah, nice. I'm glad you found it. Hope you enjoy the streams. We're gonna stick on this grind, and we've got a long way to go. Nice, nice. Yeah, they're a little rough around the edges. The first 3, I think. Even after that, like, It's been the editing's still rough, but I'm trying to find like what kind of style like I really want to produce of OSRS content. But yeah, we've gone a long way on the account so far. It's been crazy. It's been fun. We did our first half marathon on the treadmill a couple weeks ago. So we got like a level and a half of construction or something like that. Construction is so bad. Like XP per mile. It's just awful. I haven't run a half marathon in like 20 years. That's my first one ever. So we got to get you a treadmill. We can play RuneScape on the treadmill together, Skinsy. Yeah, it felt good. It was cool. I was like 8 miles into a run doing construction. I was like, you know what? F it. We're gonna do a half marathon. We're gonna send it. And we just did it. So it was cool. It was nice. I was toasted after though. I think I took an extra break day so that I didn't kill myself. But get a treadmill and finally level my upstairs neighbor game. Oh heck yeah. That's a sculling up in your house. Getting your downstairs neighbors with it. Yeah, maybe not then. What is he doing 16 hours a day? The XP and the grind never stops. Dude, it's definitely changed how I view the game, for sure. But in a good way, I think. A good and a bad way. There's definitely days where I come home and I'm like, man, today was an example. I was just exhausted. But as soon as I hit like start stream and start on the treadmill, it changes. But there's definitely days where I come home and I'm like, I don't want to get on the treadmill. So it's changed how I view the game, good and bad. Mostly good though, I think. It's definitely helped me get healthier. I wasn't super unhealthy before. But I wasn't very fit either. I wasn't overweight. I do have unique problems to solve. They're very interesting. Smithing was hard. Smithing was way hard until I figured out that the stupid guy who sells gold at Blast Furnace doesn't move. I was like so sure that he would wander around, because like most store owners wander around. So I was walking at Blast Furnace with like 50 pounds on my back to do gold ore. And then I was like, wait a minute, this guy doesn't move. What am I doing? I can just stand at him and equip the goldsmith gauntlets and cast superheat and then drop the bars. So once I figured that out, smithing got a lot easier, but it costs a lot more that way though, because I have to pay for the nature runes. It's like a crap ton more. I think it's 3x. Maybe more. So that's the downside of it, but that's how I'm gonna be training it. It beats having to carry a 50-pound weight vest on my back. That sucked. But the people probably want to see it for the content every now and then, so I think I might make a redeem a channel point thing on Twitch so that people can redeem channel points to make me do dumb, stupid grinds. I have one for an herb run right now, I think, and it's like run in all caps, so I would run for it. But oh, we're going to get that digweed. We want that, baby. I'm saving up money that I earned from the stream for a couple things. But one of them, I want a camera and a better mic stand, and then I think that's it. Was there one other thing? I feel like there was one other thing, but I can't remember. I don't know. Either way, after that, I'm gonna kind of spend money on promoting the channel and then goofy stuff. So one of the things, I have some running shoes. I did the first like 80 miles in Vans, and that was awful. But when I finally got my full graceful, I was like, okay, I need running shoes. It was like the weekend I got full graceful. I went and bought some nice running shoes. But yeah, I'm gonna buy some silly stuff. That or start running barefoot. Yeah, the problem is on a treadmill, the treadmill gets crazy hot. It gets a lot hotter than I thought it would. Even when I was in the basement, like it would just get insanely hot. So yeah, it's just the constant and the electric motor and not super great ventilation. I'm sure the fan that they put in it is pretty cheap. I've thought about seeing if I can pop it open and maybe add a better fan to it. But it would definitely make it more janky. The setup's already janky though, so. Right now, I'm on a folding table that is on top of, so there's these like plastic things you can get to set your bed on when you're a college kid, so that you can put your bed, you can elevate your bed and then slide boxes and stuff under it, so you have more storage under your bed. And that's what the table is on right now. And then the treadmill, because I moved and my new place has like much higher carpet. The pile of the carpet is much higher than before. It was getting a ton hotter. And so I have the treadmill now on a couple 2x4s to elevate it. So the setup is already just borked. But I'm gonna be right back. I need to refill the water bottle. Alright, we are back. Gamers almost falling. I forget the treadmill's on 2x4s. So it's higher than I'm used to. Alrighty. Starting that treadmill back up. We're almost done with the level. We got 4k XP left. And then we can go on an herb run. Might do one herb run off stream. Should I? I don't know. I don't know that I have that many herb seeds left. I thought I had plenty, but we're gonna need more. Maybe that's how we end stream tonight. Because I'm gonna run out of paste. So maybe we do a tiny bit, like maybe we do an hour of pickpocketing. Master farmers. We'll see what time it is once we're done with the herb run. We might have a tad bit of time to do some pickpocketing. But I'm also okay to call it a little on the early side tonight, just so I can get the fishing going. So that I can get the hunter grind done by Monday. Hunter grind to 72, I guess, not the sunlight antelope one. But yeah, we're definitely gonna need more seeds. We're pretty freaking close though, all things considered. Like, we have enough to get to 600k or herblore XP in the looting bag. So everything's coming up treadmill, baby. Treadmill house. Coming up, treadmill house. Ooh, give me that digweed. I should probably plan out my next couple days. So we'll do some hunter and herb runs on Monday. Depending on how fast we get bolts, we might also do the pickpocketing on Monday. I should probably start the stream with the pickpocketing. That's more pressing, I feel like. Just do an hour of pickpocketing and then see how many bolts we can get with the rest of stream. Because we're kind of time locked by herb runs, right? We don't want to miss an herb run opportunity. So Monday we'll do an hour of pickpocketing. Then we will hit up them sunlight antelopes to get some bolts to train ranged. Tuesday we might do a little bit more bolts, but hopefully we'll be back to mastering mixology and herb runs. I think if we get to 69 herblore, we can just use what's bagged for the rest, or at least for a large quantity of it. Maybe not all of it. Definitely not all of it, but like a large portion. And that will be sick. Although it will actually be making potions. That is, if I could change one thing about a UIM, it would be making potions. Give me a better way of making potions. Because, oh, actually, I remember what the solution to this is. Let me unnote a specific quantity at a bank. Don't just automatically unnote everything. Because if I use this note at a bank, it just fills my inventory, all available slots. Let me say I want 5. Please. That would make making potions so much less tedious. I haven't figured out a great way. Maybe I should look into it. Like, specifically look for how to do potions on an ultimate. But, like, I have to do it the Grand Exchange because I have to go to decant the vials afterwards. Down to 1 doses. Or 4 doses, or however many I want it. But typically 1 dose so that it all stacks in 1 inventory slot, which is annoying, because then every time I want to pull them out of the bank... There should be something to help me manage potions, but I'm okay if it's not, like, if it doesn't allow storage. If that makes sense. Because UIM, it does have a whole bunch of tedious things, but, like, potion making... Potion seller. I'm going into battle. And I require your strongest potions. Okay, this is the last one. We get the level. On my main, I thought I was hot shit finishing DT2, then a UIM and came in handed the quest at the same time. Dude, DT2 is like my favorite quest, honestly. It's so sick. It's so fun. Okay, cool. I'm very looking forward to doing it on the treadmill. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be so hard, but oh man, boy oh boy, is it gonna be fun. The boss fights are so fun. They're so fun. I haven't done them since. Honestly, I've done Leviathan and I've done Duke. Getting to Vardorvis just turns me off from wanting to do it. Like, I know once I get the teleport, it's fine, but I just don't want to. I don't want to run to Vardorvis. It kind of stinky. There's 67 herb, baby. Can clean Lantidimes. Super Hunter Potion, Pillar Coral, and Crab Paste. Yeah, big level. 3 more levels. Well, 4. We have a construction level. And then we can do so. Super sick. Maybe I should plant Irits. No, we're gonna do Horrorlanders still. Blue paste is unfortunately the what we need the most. Let me double check that I have it in the right position. Yes, I do. Okay. Next up. Farming Guild? Time to actually start running? We've been on the treadmill and haven't done, like, any running tonight? We'll go Mori next. I'm kind of worried once we start getting back on the longer runs. Like, I haven't done a long run in probably 3 weeks. Kind of worried at that. Or if I can still do a long run and be fine afterwards. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, Mori. Yeah, Desert Treasure 2 is probably my favorite quest that I've done so far. A lot of Gygax's new quests just kind of slap. Like, they've been killing it the last couple of years. All the new content to come out is just cool. That being said, I haven't done Mocha, and I haven't done Blood Moon Rises yet. I've kind of just been tunnel visioned on this account, and then on the other account, when I have a little bit of time to play, it's not a lot of time, so I don't want to sit down and do a giant quest. Like I said, I've got goals for it that I'm working towards. Getting through my 300 Cerberus right now. I'm like 100 deep. I had 2 tasks. I've been trying to get a smoke devil task, but just haven't gotten one. Because I really like an occult. An occult would be really nice, because then I could do solo Yama. I want one more synapse to do solo Yama, because I just turned, for the Cerberus grind, I turned my synapse into Ember Light. I had it on Purging Staff earlier. But Ember Light is really good at Cerb. No, I don't want to solve a maze. Sorry, old man. Valley next. I think that's all 3 of my teleports to Valley today. Yeah, synapses are great. I think I went like, I don't remember how many kills I got to get the synapse, but it was definitely at least 2x. Claws were pretty dry too, I think. $900 KC on a main for synapse. I was about that. But they 1 in 400? Or is it 1 in 512? Can't remember. It's been a bit, but like I definitely went. It was annoying to go that dry. 512. Okay. Yeah, I wanted it for the scorching bow, so I could do who's that boss? Krill Tootsie Pop. This guy's chill. Fantastic. Awesome. Good to hear. Not streaming tonight. Slow night. Fair. You too. I love it when I can have a chill chat with someone like that. Hold up, my sidebar for RuneLight just broke. It's not there anymore. What happened? Oh, accidentally. There's a collapse button. I didn't know there was. There's a collapse button for the sidebar up at the top of your screen. The more you know. I've always just played with it open. And if I want to collapse the tab, I just click on the tab again. RuneLight does have endless secrets. It's kind of nice. Don't collapse RuneLight because it messes with my UI placement. Wait, hold up. How? Explain. I'm kind of curious. It's getting very warm in this room. I can tell that the running is some plugin displays move. That's wonky. That's weird. Okay, Corend and Troll Stronghold are last ones. Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to when I can move the treadmill down a couple floors. Stream same name. Stream is Johnny Ponage. Oops, Johnny Ponage. Yo, thank you for the follow. Not Bax, TTV. How's it going, dude? We're on an herb run tonight. Easy follow. Dude, super good to hear. Oh, I see that you also have the spottier cape. You don't see those very often. Very nice, very nice. Now that I've started using one for the weight reduction, I've noticed that started to notice them more. And there's not a lot of people that use them, which is understandable, but definitely best in slot for me. One graceful piece, gloves, nice. Yeah, I don't want to have to carry weight, so spottier cape and boots of lightness it is for me. How goes the hardcore life? You're much braver than I am. I've been intimidated. People who do hardcore they're you guys are built different. Going good. Just got your vortex. Nice, nice, nice. That's a big upgrade. I use one tick flick plugin for prayer flicking, but also as a visual tick counter. Nice. Says the dude mile maxing. Yeah, but like if I die, I'm okay. I understand I'm built different too. My mom munched a bunch of Tylenol when she was pregnant with me, but at least if I die, I'm okay. I'd hate to like lose all the progress. I guess I'm playing a. Yeah, if you die, you're not okay. Or even if you like DC, right? Like the other day, I was running on the treadmill. I think it was Friday. No, sorry, Thursday. And my PC just died. I tripped the surge protector. Treadmill like stopped, and I almost ran into my monitors, knocked over the whole desk. Glad I didn't, but yeah, if that happened, I'm in a new place. I just moved. But if that happened on a hardcore, I'm just gone. I'm Dunzo. Dunzo McGee. And then I'm distraught for months and I have to restart. But I did think, how crazy would a group hardcore treadmill locked Iron Man go? That would be crazy. Ads? Okay, got you. No worries. Okay, what's next? I think we just gear up for fishing grind. Dude, the twin flame staff though. The twin flame. Twin flame is something I definitely want for at least a little bit, right? I'm wondering, like, at least until I get Trident, and Trident's probably a long way off. Because Slayer's gonna be way slow. I do gotta do Tears of Gothics for Slayer until I hit 65 Slayer though, so we'll be doing that for a while. But back. Welcome back. Also says the dude on a UIM. Yeah. Hey, Jaber, what's up? I had something I was going to talk to you about. I can't remember what it was. Darn, I remembered that I needed to talk to you about something, but I can't remember what it was. But yeah, Bags, I was thinking, like, how crazy would a group hardcore treadmill Iron Man go? That would be insane. Was it LMS or something wildy? No? I don't think so. Maybe? I honestly don't remember. I'm lost. I've actually been thinking of getting a running pad and a raisable desk. Yeah, that's what we're rocking. Actually, right now I don't have a raisable desk. That's what I had before. I just, like I said, I just moved and my standing desk died. So, I didn't want to move it into the new place. So I just tossed it and got a new one. And it just got here today. And I'm going to bro, how? We're back. I'm following you. But yeah, just got a new standing desk and the treadmill is sweet. So I have 1 second. That treadmill, but the one thing I will say about it is that when you change speeds or turn it on, it beeps. And I'm sure it's like to let you know that it's changing speeds. That's the one you were looking at? Sick. Yeah. The one complaint I have about it is any speed change it does, it beeps pretty loud. I've been meaning to take mine apart and clip the speaker that it uses to beep for a while now, but I just haven't. So I'm gonna clear up my inventory before we do this fishing grind. I don't want to have to clipping the wires. Yeah, I'm just gonna clip the wires. People were like, "Oh, you can unsolder it," but I'm like, I'm just gonna clip it and then electrical tape the wires. So that way it can't beep. I'll kill it. But other than that, no complaints on it. I don't have a soldering iron, or I would, but it's something. A soldering iron is something I've been meaning to get for so long. I'm sure they're just crazy. Like, they're so useful. Been walking a lot recently, I noticed. Bro, I'm tired. Also, the treadmill is on 2x4s. So it's like the loudest thing in the room. Like, how loud we talking? Here, 1 second. I'll change the speed and keep talking so that the mic picks it up. If I don't change, or if I'm not talking, the noise canceling takes it like cancels it out. So if I keep talking now, then you can hear it, I think. So I'll just keep talking. Maybe. There we go. It beeped again. It's going to beep one more time. Maybe. There it's beeped again. Going to keep beeping. It's a lot quieter in this one. In this room, I feel like. Maybe this room's just better acoustics or something. Felt like it was louder in the last room. It's pretty annoying, but like not too bad. Probably wouldn't have noticed it if you had not said anything. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of it has to do with my mic. My mic does a pretty good job about not picking up ambient noise, but who is Bird Off? Is Bird Off in the stream? You call me out, dog? That's pretty funny, honestly. Okay, herbs going in the looting bag. And then we are gonna go buy a knife. Where's the easiest place to get a knife? Can I get one in Artie's store? Not West Ardone. Adventuring supplies. They do have a knife. Varrock TP is like 10 ticks. Yeah, I unfortunately don't have, like, I'm still chilling on, I should have changed this a long time ago, but I'm chilling on Lunar Spellbook. I should have changed it, but we've been chilling on it since we did the construction grind, and I've just been too lazy um, to change it back. I have the house telly tab, so like I could have tellied to Varrock, but bro, I'm staying way hydrated tonight. We're already gone through the water bottle again. Okay, now here's the hard part. I have to get to Prif. Not in Prif, but like outside of Prif. Do I steal cakes just so that if I run into traps, I'm good? Probably. It would suck to get there and then have to tell you out. Yeah, hopefully I can get through. How many fish was it again that I needed to catch? Soat is not done, unfortunately. It's close. We're at 67 herb and 69 rune crafting. Once we're done with the herb lore and the rune crafting, I want to death pile and go get my mage, my imbued god capes. And then maybe do royal titans until we get the prayers there. And then I think we send Soat. 1,200 crabs is how many I need, so that shouldn't be too bad. I'm hoping to get through all of it tonight, and then use the treadmill to move my account to the crab traps. Maybe I can do that tonight. I might have to do it tomorrow afternoon. But then we can grind out 72 hunter. So hopefully by Monday we're done with that. Then we can get our bolts. The crabs are actually pretty sweet. They're not bad at all. I hate hunter. Like, it's hunter, rune crafting, and agility are some of my least favorite skills. But the crab traps aren't bad. And maybe it's because since I've started this account, I've been a little bit more cracked than like I think my opinion on a lot of the grinds. Mining is awful, but because of bone shards are like so good for an iron account. If I didn't have bone shards, I would agree. Yeah, rune crafting is garbage. Rune crafting is so bad. My coworker was talking about a change that they could make to rune crafting. Do you do all of your off-stream mining at shards? I assume stars. We do both. So if you look at my inventory, I've got stardust and shards in it right now. The problem with stars are good and they give decent crafting XP. That sounds weird because like no one mines stars for crafting XP, but like they're okay crafting XP. They're a way I can train crafting away from treadmill. So it's like okay. The problem with stars though is that I have to park at one star location and then hope that there's a world with the star at that location. So typically I'd park at Varrock and then just hope that someone like that there was a star at Varrock, and that's not always the case. So whenever I want to actually be maximizing like XP over just having like if I'm not going to be hyper efficient that day, stars are fine. But if I want to stay on top of things, it's a little hard with stars, so I'll go bone shards. Also, I've been thinking about how many prayer pots we're going to need for the Slayer grind, and the higher my prayer level is, the more effective prayer pots are, so I'm scared of the Slayer grind balls. Love hunter rumors and will the agility masses. Can't get myself to like rune crafting. Maybe with blood/soul runes. I'm the same. On my iron, also welcome in Chelsea. On my iron, I have 74 rune crafting, I think. How do I get to Prif from here? I'm lost. Let's take a jog over here. And I'm so close to being able to do blood runes, but yet so far away. 3 levels of rune crafting, it's a long time. End game goals on this account. So like first goal is get a Bofa. Bofa is gonna be like if I go on drop rate 400 miles, because each corrupted gauntlet run is about a mile. So 400 miles of running for a Bofa is a lot, and I'm guessing it's gonna be more. Drop rate in miles, yep. I'm guessing it's gonna be a lot more. Like if we go 2x dry, it'll be 800 miles for a dumb Bofa. So we're gonna be CG for a while. So not excited for that. But Yo, YouTube chat kind of popping off now. Should I just stick? Should I keep streaming? I was gonna call stream here, but YouTube chat kind of popping off. We'll stay in chat for a bit. It is getting late, but I'll stay in chat. Okay. Okay. So what was I talking about? Bofa. Yeah, that's the first goal. I'd love to get an Infernal Cape on this account. I think it would be sick. It would be so cool. It's funny how I think of content in miles. Yeah. We've done quite a bit of talking on XP per mile, and I'll cover that. I'm gonna answer sad emo kid. Oh, you're sad emo kid. You're back. Hey, what's up? How many pairs of shoes have I gone through? Like one, kind of. When I started this account, I was doing it in Vans, which is just awful. Now that I'm thinking about it, like just awful. But I wasn't a runner before I started this account, so I like didn't know what I was doing. So yeah, that was kind of awful. So I ditched my Vans and I got myself a nice pair of running shoes. I'm using SAUCONY Saucony's now, and they're really nice. There's a running store close by that, and they'll like film how you film your gait and then explain to you what type of shoe and like arch support you should get. It's pretty cool. But they'll explain like what type of stride you have and then recommend shoes based on that. It was like crazy. It blew my mind. I was like, runners are crazy. Yo, KZ is me. Thank you for the prime. Thank you very much. But yeah, we got myself a pair of running shoes. Nice. Thank you for the prime. Got a pair of running shoes like 80, 90 miles into the account. And since I'm on a treadmill, I don't go through shoes as quick. So I've had the same shoes since. It wasn't the Running Well store, but I was impressed. I was like, runners are crazy. I don't remember the name of this store off the top of my head. But yeah, going back to content in miles, we've done quite a few talks about XP in miles. There's a lot of skills that I can train completely away from the treadmill, AFT, but there's some that I can't. And I can combo skills to train them AFT. So like right now we're fishing so that I can train hunter AFT. And fishing's like easy peasy. I can do this or karambwans. And so like all the combat I can do AFT at gem crab. I just have to world hop because I can't move to follow the crab. So I have to world hop to get to a different world that has a crab at the same location. So all my combat I can AFT. Herblore I can't. Agility very obviously I can't. There was one thought there's a bike in the blast furnace that you can do, and I just felt like that was cheating. My character was moving, just very obviously pedaling away at that bike, and I was like, I can't do this. It's breaking the account's rules. So agility we can't. And the three worst ones, agility, but agility will scale up. Currently are at like 8k XP per mile. Rune crafting is sitting there. I think it's at like 7k per mile, and construction is also at like 7k a mile. They're awful. 7k a mile is just horrendous. I think I calculated agility if I stay on the 800 k per mile track, it's going to take me 800 miles to get to 99. That sucks. Really bad. And luckily, agility scales up. And luckily, construction scales up. The XP I'll get per mile on construction is going to go crazy once I get... Yo, Jemmy! Once I get a plank sack and have access to teaks that are near a sawmill. So once I'm done with SOT, I have access to both those things. How's it going, Jimmy? So construction will scale up. The thing that doesn't scale very well is rune crafting. Rune crafting is going to stay like 800k per mile. Sorry, 800k. That would be crazy. 8k per mile for a long time. It does not scale very much at all. I think when you're at like 98 rune crafting, you get about 75k XP per hour at Guardians of the Rift. We run 5 miles an hour when we're doing Guardians of the Rift. So it scales at 98 rune crafting, we scale to 15k an hour. That's, sorry, 15k a mile. That's still pretty bad. That's still pretty awful. And that's being like hyper efficient. That's like the top end of what the wiki says. And I'm sure the people who are doing that are like using the talismans to make combination runes and stuff like that. And ain't no way I'm doing that on the treadmill locked Iron Man. It's just too hard. I don't know where I'd get the talismans. I don't know how I'd store the talismans. It's just, it would be way too hard. Guardians of the Rift is the easy chill version of RuneCraft, and it's still super painful. Agreed, Jaber. It's not my favorite. I'm still walking on the treadmill. I could definitely stop, and we could chill and talk. Just kind of forget that it goes sometimes. We only went 6.5 miles tonight, so definitely under the average. But because of herb lore, we haven't been running a lot lately. I don't mind Guardians of the Rift. I just mind the horrible drop rates there for the unique fair. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you mentioned the Autozuck earlier, and it just got buried. I have heard of the Autozuck, and it just kind of makes me sad. Like, I think that they need to. I don't know, because it's Inferno in Justicar with the IAC, right? The IAC is problematic. People have talked about how the shadow is problematic, but you see how much the you're thinking of Mage Tank? Okay, what do they do with Autozuck? What's the strat with Autozuck? I'm gonna Google Autozuck, and my wife is gonna see my search history and be like, "What the?" Autozuck doesn't seem super useful. I mean, it gets you an Infernal Cape if you can do it, right? Like, Autozuck is a website this dude made where you plug in each wave spawns. Oh, stand in one tile and auto retaliate. Yeah. Just some waves. Gotcha. So it's not all of them. Okay, gotcha. The eye has definitely stirred up some stuff. Yeah, like the price of Timmy's shower, Tumikin Shadow, had just fell off a cliff. And then you turn on auto retaliate, and it gives you Guitar Hero stream of prayer swaps. What? That's crazy, actually. It nuked the Shadow and the Sang. Yeah, it just the prices for the Shadow fell off a cliff, like halved, which is crazy for a mega rare. Think you don't have enough supplies or something to do all the waves. He shows his grandpa doing wave 63. That's nuts. Yeah, you still probably have to know what you're doing, Chelsea, to get through with Autozuck, right? Like, I'm sure the knowledge isn't all just auto retaliate if it's only some of the waves that you can solve. But if it's all the waves, I don't know. Maybe that is crazy. I'll have to give it a check. I'll have to give it a look and see what I think. But okay, so I'm gonna go on a rant about these fishing spots real quick. Just a short one. Just a short little rant. So people on YouTube have like very consistently said, "Oh yeah, the fishing spots at Priftis don't move. Uh, they're great if you just want to sit in one spot and fish." And I've known that for a long time. I knew that before this account. Like I rushed Underground Pass and the other ones that I needed to get here. I think it's just Underground Pass, so that I could AFK these. The problem with those YouTube videos is they always show the west side of the bridge where the fire is near the camp. And those fishing spots do move. These ones don't. But it took me so long to figure out that it was referring to the specifically only the fishing spots east of the bridge. I didn't know that these fishing spots were even here. Yeah. Anyway, rant over. Because they always show this fishing spots over here near the fire, so that they can cook it and then drop. But those ones move, so there's no point. Should be free for the waves. You do it with like 63. I don't think I've ever walked east of the path in my life. Yeah, I never like I can't remember what I saw that made me realize that there was fishing spots over here. Maybe I think I was watching Mad Season's Iron Man, maybe once in Roving Elves. Yeah, maybe once. But there's like nothing over limestone. I think I went over here and took the shortcut across to get the limestone. Because it for sorry, 1 second. It's the genocide one. It's not called genocide, regicide. For regicide, you need limestone, and I just dug it there, I think. Either that or I dug it in. I think for one of my accounts, I dug it over here, and the other one I dug it on the way, like east of Varrock. But yeah, I did not complete soap yet. We're not done with soap. Regicide was the quest I was talking about. We're almost with soap. We're almost there. We're so close. 4 levels. We're starting to. I went and picked up myself a brand new D. How many P next? Yeah, we're gonna do P next with Saren. I wasn't sure that I was going to, but the more I think about it, I'm just gonna do P next. We already have our Belladonna planted in 2 patches. In both patches, I guess I should say. Crabfest ad. Now I want seafood. I don't think you can do it normally. It's just a DPS check. Even with Bruise, you might not have enough damage. Yeah, I agree. I don't think I will unless I do PNX. It's just a raw DPS check. And I'm not gonna get Bruise. Bruise is such a grind. Post so I definitely want Bruise for any hard PVM because of weight, but we're already 10% of the way done with our fishing for tonight. Maybe we just chill until we're done with this, and then I can park the account. See how fast it is. I haven't been paying attention to time. I don't know how long it will take. Probably won't be able to finish it tonight, but yeah, it's just a raw GPS check, and I don't think I'll be able to. So what I'm gonna do, I think, before we do so, is I'm gonna death pile and go get my God cape, my imbued mage cape, and then I'm going to also do Royal Titans for the prayers. And then I think we just do it in Mystics, unfortunately. Like, I got Bruise drop early on an elite clue. You rolled the mega rare table and got Bruise. Got me through song. at 72 combat. That's crazy. That's super good. Use Guthix Rest and Blood Blitz on the hardcore. Worked fine for me. Guthix Rest and Blood Blitz. Blood Blitz is that the one at level 80? Yes. Yeah, we've been keeping track of our magic level just so it can hit Blood Blitz. Because level 80 is 4k XP away. Sins of the Father. Sorry. I just assumed that was a typo because we were talking about so. But yeah, Sins of the Father. That makes sense. I also had Blue Moon and solid mage accuracy. Yeah, I'm not gonna have your gear is definitely gonna be better than mine. I'm gonna do Royal Titans for the prayer, but we're just gonna be chilling in Mystics, unfortunately. Just purely for accessibility and weight. Although I guess I haven't decided how I'm gonna go about solving moons because moons give very good gear. Blue Moon in particular. I don't think I'm gonna do Blood Moon or Eclipse Moon. I just don't think they're worth it, really. But Blue Moon is going to be my end game mage and melee setup. I can store it in a stash unit, which makes it really nice. It doesn't weigh a lot. Most melee gear weighs a lot, and some mage gear weighs a lot. So the fact that it has a little bit of a strength bonus, and is a hybrid set, like it's a hybrid set, and that is so good for me. I think I have opinions on hybrid sets. We talked about that last stream too, because we were discussing the raids 4 rewards. But Glacial Hammers from the Ice Naguas is pretty fast, and they're third bis at Blue Moon. Ooh, that's actually a good point. That is a good point. I will do that. Thank you, Jaber. But yeah, Blue Moon is gonna be my gear for mage and melee for the foreseeable future. I'm sure there's gonna be some point where I switch over. But I don't know what that is. I don't know what that looks like. There's definitely some gear I can store in the house, like Ancestral, but we're way far away from Ancestral, and then I don't know what I use for my melee setup, right? Like melee gear is way heavy. I think Oathplate body is like 9 kilos, and that's nuts. Like we're not let me double check that, but it's something like 9 kilos. It's crazy. It's 10 kilos. So my melee setup on this account is going to be dog water, but that's just kind of how it has to be, unfortunately. Granted, if I get Oathplate, I'm definitely storing it in the house. There might be a spot where I need to use it, but I don't know. My melee setup's just going to struggle on this account. See if I can find what gives strength bonus. Let me pull that article up. I've looked at this article so many times trying to figure out what I do. Blood Moon chestplate might not actually be bad, honestly. It gives just the same. This blows my mind. Blood Moon chestplate gives the same strength bonus. It doesn't get an attack bonus, right? So that's why. But it has the same strength bonus as Oathplate. So I just wish I could store it. Not being able to store the Moon's gear kind of sucks. Really bad. But yeah, Dragon Defender and is gonna be like really good for this count, but that's like the as far as my melee setup goes, kinda. Barrow's gloves, I guess, depending. I might want like depending on the rest of the inventory, I might want what are they? There's a set of gloves, penance gloves from Barbasol. Those reduce my weight by 4.5 kilos. You can even pile blood moon stuff because it breaks when you drop it. I wonder if I wonder how that works. Huh. I guess it would work the same as Barrow's items. I was gonna ask about Void, but it's pretty heavy for some reason. Yeah, Void is also pretty heavy. The one thing about Void though is I only do need one setup, so we might end up getting Void. I'm gonna tinker around with Void because at least with Void, I'm pretty sure it can be stored in the house. Pretty darn sure it can be stored in the house. Yes, can be stored in the armor case. So if it doesn't end up, like if Void doesn't end up working out and I decide I don't want it, I can just chuck it in the house. And it's not like completely gone, I guess. But yeah, Void has been on my mind for a bit. So there's definitely things I can do. Void is probably what we'll do for Tob if I do end up ever going to Tob. But yeah, we'll see. So there are options, but like none of them are good. They're like I'll be stuck in my melee gear will be stuck in the mid game for the life of this account, unfortunately. When I wear Void, what ones do I need? I can't remember. Is it just helm, top, bottom? I've never used Void. Do I need gloves too? Because if I need the gloves, Void kind of sucks. You need the gloves? Dang. Because then it's 15 kilos. 4 pieces for a Void set. Yeah, it'll chill around. It'll chill at 17 kilos. And then the only weight reduction I'll have is Spottier Cape and Boots of Lightness, which only give 9 kilos of weight reduction. Which will put me at, just for armor, not including weapons, put me at, what is that? 8 kilos. And if I do, one second, Blue Moon armor OSRS. I think the full setup for Blue Moon is 8. So it's under half of what that weighs. So if I go full blue, that's including the spear. So if I go Blue Moon and Bofa, full crystal and Bofa are only 4 kilos. So that puts me at 12 kilos. With and then not doesn't include a melee weapon. So I manually toggle the plugin, but I have a button on my RuneLite sidebar to stop and start the treadmill, so I can start it and stop it through RuneLite. But the reason why I wanted to do that was because if I'm running like for Olm fight, right? Someone asked me why didn't I have the plugin stop when my character stops, but that would be like super annoying for a fight where you have to run and then shoot and then run and then shoot. Maybe I could add like a delay, right? Like if I'm not moving for a minute, it just turns off. That would be one angle, but or maybe if I'm not in combat, something like that. But the kind of the whole point of the treadmill is to get miles in, so I kind of just want to be walking most of the time while I'm on. Um, so What are we talking about? Oh yeah, moons. So and gear. So with full crystal plus bofa and blue moon setup, I'm at 12 kilos. And then my weight reduction from spottier cape, boots of lightness, and penance gloves, I think goes to 13 and a half kilos. So I have 1.5 kilos left for a melee weapon. Spottier cape is 4.5. Boots of lightness, I think boots of lightness are actually only 4. No, they're 4.5. And then penance gloves. Penance gloves, where you at? Penance gloves are also 4.5. They're 4.35, which is kind of funky. But yeah, puts me at 13.5 kilos of weight reduction. And RuneScape always rounds down, which is funky as far as weight. So if I have 13.5 kilos of weight reduction and 13 point what and 14.4 kilos of weight, it still counts as 0. Like if I have 0.9 weight, it counts as 0. So that's pretty nice. But yeah, I'm still probably going to have to carry 1 or 2 kilos during raids. Maybe up to 4, I think is what I figured out. Like 4 kilos during raids with all my gear. But that's not bad. Especially if I can get like a weight belt that I can tighten. The weight vest is fine for heavy stuff. Like it was great for the smithing grind, but I don't want to have to run in it. It would be bad for my knees. It would kill me. Okay, I think I'm calling it here for the night. Calling it good. We had a good stream. Thanks for stopping in, everybody. Not bags. It was nice to chat. Thanks for popping in. Chelsea, you too. Thanks for hopping in. Everyone, thank you everyone for coming in. I will be back on Monday night, and we're gonna have 72 hunter by then. So we'll do some pickpocketing and some getting some bolts. Okay, peace. Have a good one. See you guys Monday.